To request a contract or approval for a contract, users with the Requestor role can access the Request button on the Contracts page. The Request button will start a quick two-step process to gather information about the contract and the request. Step 1. Requested contract details. Lextree begins by asking for information about the contract. There are only 3 required fields, but many more options. Parties. The requester selects the other party to the contract if your organization has already added them to Lextree. If the counterparty is new, then the requester can select Add a New option to enter a new party. Type. Requesters select the type of contract in the Type field. The available contract types come from Settings, then Lookups and Fields, then Contract Types. Only admin users can make changes to the list of contract types. You can update this choice later if necessary. Short description. The requester can enter a short description of the contract, which helps other users identify the contract at a glance. Entities. If the contract is through a particular corporate subsidiary or affiliate, the requester can choose that legal entity. Department. To assign the contract to one or more internal departments, the requester can choose the department or departments by clicking in the field. Custom fields. Any custom fields which an admin user created in Settings will appear next. Tags. Requesters may select applicable tags to further categorize or describe the contract. Groups. It is important that the requester selects one or more groups for the contract. Groups determine who has access to the contract. Requesters can only see groups to which they belong. Notes. Finally, requesters can add any notes about the contract. The requester then selects Submit. Lextree will next display Step 2. Step 2. Assign the contract request task. In the Task field, the requester can describe the purpose of the task. Approve contract for outside network services, for example. The available workflows for the requester show in the Assign Task Workflow field. Admin users create and maintain these workflows in Settings, then User Groups, then Task Workflows. Lextree will route this contract request according to the task workflow selected. The requester does not need to know the steps of the workflow or who is involved in the workflow. Lextree handles all of the routing automatically. In the Document Title field, the requester adds a title for the document. This title can be changed later in the workflow. The requester then selects the document type and assigns a due date. There is an option to include a document before submitting the contract request. This checkbox opens additional fields to upload a document or link to a document. This feature is particularly useful in 2 situations. First, if the other party supplies a proposed contract, the requester can add that document to the request so that it's kept together. Second, if your organization allows requesters to upload partially completed contracts or other forms, they can upload those documents with the contract request. Assign tasks. Once the requester submits the contract request, Lextree does several things automatically. Everyone in the first step of the workflow receives an email alert about the request along with a link to the task in Lextree. Lextree will also update the dashboard to reflect the new request and related tasks. There will also be a task details page where everyone on the task can collaborate with additional documents and comments. Users who are authorized to approve or complete the next step of the process will see additional features, including an Approve, Complete, or Publish button, depending on the step in the workflow and the user's permissions. Lextree is an effective tool for contract requests and approvals.